Alright, another night, another blueprints. That doesn't make sense. I don't know how to start a stream, but all I know is I want to play some more blueprints. This one is not going to go anywhere near as long as last night. I'm hoping to cut it off around 3 hours, maybe slightly over. If I go to 4, something's definitely gone wrong, or maybe something incredible has happened. Maybe I found something new and I want to keep playing, but I don't want to go anywhere near as long as the previous stream. Let's put that window over there, just getting set up. Shrink you a bit. Just needs to be able to read OBS chat. Alright, no homework today. I did not do a lot of homework prior to starting the stream. I did think about the sigils a bit. I have reorganized my notes a little bit. I've not renamed all of the screenshots that I took on the drive. I'm not really prepared for this one, so I think this one's just going to be chill. We'll just see if we can get the new blueprints that we have unlocked. The, what were they? The closed exhibits and the casino. And see if we can unlock the solarium. But apart from that, we'll play some darts, make some progress on that trophy. Maybe get some more stars, maybe increase our allowance, and so on and so forth. Really though, I want the last sanctum key, the second key, the one that's in the Volsum bank. I believe we have the electromagnet in the code check right now. I'm happy to replace that with a new deposit box key if it shows up. 68 allowance, that's ridiculous. G'day, Spring Carcass, Orange Chas. Hope you're doing well, fellas. It's Saturday, chill is good. Yep, I agree. It's a Saturday night. Best night of the week. I've already got 4 gems, so I think classrooms is not a good choice. Plus, I still want to adjust rarity on the trophy room and also the treasure trove if I find that. I would love to make those 2 rooms common, if that is even possible. I'm not sure if it is or not. But just prior to starting, I did look at my notes. I did organize the red letters, and I realized I do not have this one down here screenshotted. So let me go down here and do that. I'll take that gem. This is lesser 7. Just making sure I've got those. I do. So looking at my letters folder, which you definitely can't see, I have I have letter 1 from the underpass, letter 2 from the study, letter 4 from the boudoir, letter 6 from the drawing room, letter 7 in the shelter right here, and letter 8 in the office. I know that one of the remaining letters is in the drafting studio. I don't know where the other one is. Maybe it's in room 46. We have seen a green memo suggesting that there is a safe on rank 10, but who knows if that's real or not. So in Carcass, you can't look at VII without thinking of FF7. That's fair. Wow. We could guess all the aquariums. So what's the point? Let's go with that. Let's actually take notes and see which rooms have fireplaces. A wish has been made. So we don't need to worry about her ladyship's chamber now, I think. I still don't understand what the clue is. It's telling me perhaps to put the antechamber outside, but I've done that. But maybe I can go west or east from that antechamber. I don't know. I can definitely go north. I've done that. But apart from that, it's really only telling me that we can end the run in a bedroom, and that may give us a buff. Excuse me. Let's go for the hallway. And let's see if we get a conservatory. Damn. That's going to trigger the experiments. We'll go with that because that could give me a shovel and some other useful stuff, such as keys and gems. Kadank, you banged your head on a street sign this morning. How did you manage that? Are you like 8 foot tall or something? I too would go back to bed after that. Holy crap, hope you're okay, dude. Okay, I've got some keys. We'll open that trunk. We'll dig these up. The other thing I'd love to do if I get the opportunity is grab a power hammer and see if we can make our way further into the unknown. Oh, gems, that's generous, holy crap. I'll go for the observatory. We can backtrack and go for the den. And I really need to look at the screenshot that I took in the planetarium and see when the dead end rooms show up. Basically, it's going to be that number plus 50. The dead end rooms are needed for the drafting sweepstakes, so that's another trophy I need to go for, and this is probably the best way to get it, to activate that buff and then just go for it. Excuse me. Let's go with the... Do you want to go for terrace or security? Neither. I want to go for the billiard room because we have a puzzle in there. You think the dogs are running around the polar design. It was a lot lower than normal. That makes sense. It was just a bump, but it's really annoying, and you hit it as you stood up. Damn. Sorry to hear. Definitely take it easy. Because that could hurt later. Oh, what the hell is that? Okay, it's 12 divided by 7 is not a proper number. 1 plus 2 is 3. 12 squared is 144 divided by 7. That's not going to be a thing. It could be. No, 70, 40, 147, that doesn't divide. 21. That divides into 3. Is that the answer? Is that just reversed? 41 subtract 1 subtract 20 is 20. Yeah, okay, that's it. Good. 20 plus 10 is 30. Subtract that, you get 21. Then reverse it, you get 12. Good. Easy. I'm just terrified that I haven't crafted a den yet. Yep, I'll go for that. We get one additional item, apparently. Shoes. Which is not needed because I have 99 steps. let's... I mean, that is actually a good call. That'll get me into the answer chamber, no problem. Right, late Dan, we'll get our lockpicking skill increased because we have a fireplace here. I'm tempted to go back to the early rank, that's another one. No? Wow, I could have sworn that there was a fireplace in here. Look at my notes. Yep, I've got fireplaces and nook written down. Let me delete those. Dang. Let's go for the morning room. Looking for sigils. Let's go... Do I want security? I do, because that'll keep the run going. We're about to run into these doors, and I thought I'd have more fireplaces by now, to be blunt. I'll turn off the power. If I can just find more fireplaces, then it doesn't matter, because I can go in here and go to the shelter and then unlock the doors. Excuse me. I need a drink. Don't know what kind of effed up house this is, but it's a weird one. Yeah, let's go with that. Anything nice down here? Yeah. That could get me into the answer chamber, perhaps. Dining room would be nice. But we're not going to get it. So there should be a fireplace in here. Good. That is the answer chamber. If I can get that open with the greenhouse, that will be lovely. Yeah, let's go for that. Anything nice? Not really. I've got to go back to the front of the house and start drafting some low-level rooms. Okay, let's go for the office. Is there a fireplace in there? I don't think so. What about here? I don't think so either. No. I've got access to all 4 computers. Right, conservatory, please. Ah, the casino. Nope, can't pass that up. That's new. Alright, advisory everyone, gambling content. Oh wow. 15 gold. Casino. The Mount Holly Casino offers an intimate and exciting setting of wagers, 4 wagers rather, of any scale. And guests may be surprised to discover how much strategy is involved in these machines, which are traditionally only thought of as games of chance. A buy-in of 2 gems is required for admittance into this exclusive room. Right, well that means a dark room is not going to be a thing. This room's done, and that room is the antechamber. Well, we know what to do with that. Taking a look at the rights. 3, 5, 9, 15, 10 to sets to 0, that's bad. 100 crowns for that. That all looks very similar, although this one's gold, which means it must be better. Me doing that though means we're probably not getting into the antechamber. Spin the wheel for your chance to win special prizes. 1 wager per day. Wager 100, holy shit. $50-50 chance that I get something there. 2 free spins. Yeah, let's do that. And then I'll go back out to the Cloister of Rinna and try drafting a... Nice. I will try drafting a green room. I mean, I got something there, but not terribly much. I can make gold using that computer, but I don't want to just yet until I finish drafting the house. Let's go back to the cloister and see if we can make any green rooms. Alright, I've got to go back, I think. Reroll. Did I have a green room there and I just completely missed it? No, good. None of those are great, so I'll take the Rotunda. I'm not sold on this room at all. It's 3 gems, and depending on which way we approach it, we may not even be able to get inside it. It seems useful in that it's a 4-way path with, you know, 3 or all 4 exits available, but you have to be in the room for that to work. So it's not actually that good. I'm going to go for the storeroom because I'm desperately short on keys. I has a sledgehammer. And I think it's time to retreat. I've got more than enough steps unless I accidentally make the weight room. It really wants to give me this, doesn't it? That said, we're sheltered. I completely forgot about that. No lever there because we've already used it. Let's open that up. So if I get the quest bedroom, that will increase my allowance. Oh man. We do not need anything here. Or else I'll go for that and then we're going back to the main hall and seeing what else we can do. That is an allowance increase. If I get back to the antechamber, which I absolutely can do. Excuse me. So what other rooms have fireplaces? There's got to be many more than the 2 I've just made, correct? So I'm disappointed I haven't seen any more telescopes, or if I have, I'm just skipping them, or not recognizing them for what they are. I don't have anything useful that I can create. I don't have a furnace in the house, but that is the... Let's eat that. That is the least of my problems. Yeah, it's like that. We have 4 redraws, not counting 2 dice for the corner room. Conservatory, please. Oh my god. Alright, never mind, we're going with that. I don't have a key for that. I need to find one. Like, immediately. The kennel doesn't help me, but it does help me potentially get through locked doors. Plus, you know, I get to pat the dogs. We've not found anything to replace that with, so that's fine, I won't go for it. Come on. I've used a broken handle to repair the casino machine, which means that I cannot make the power hammer. Plus, I don't have the metal detector, so I don't think I can make the power hammer anyway, but, you know. I'm 1 gem short. Fuck. And now this shows up. Why do you do this to me, game? Why? I don't believe I can make anything here. Yeah, I need the handle. I could be wrong, but I assume these gems are showing up because... Hello. I assume they're showing up because I have turned the water on in the pool room. Like they're getting water from above and that's why they're showing up. Do I get it here? I do not. Right, where is the nearest green room? It's there. Can I refill this in the kitchen? Boy. Unfortunately, I bought out the commissary, or however you pronounce that word. You've got no more keys for sale. That's unfortunate. We do have a couple of unlocked doors, as whatever the word is. We do have a couple of doors that I can get through up there. So maybe there'll be a key beyond there and I can bring it back for the treasure trove. It's not too late to do this, I guess, but it's not great. So I just went straight to the kitchen. So let me try going here. Does this work? It does. Oh, hang on. There we go. Refill can. I thought that would be a thing. Ever since I saw that for the first time, I thought, yep, that's going to be something. This is the issue with the rotunda. I can't just go north. It has to be set in the correct position, basically from whence I came, to be able to negotiate that room. That's the thing I don't like about that room. And it costs 3 freaking gems. It's insane. Let's bump this up to high, even though I think it's never too late, but I have my doubts this will do anything useful. Let's go to the cloister first. Can you give me a green room, please? Of course not. I won't get locked in there because I can go through the foundation. Boy. That's not how this works. Thank you. Let's go for the aquarium. That will burn our last sheltered room, but that's fine. That unlocks this door. Yeah, I'll go for that. There'll be a couple of dig points, there'll be a gem. Good. Let's go for that. I do wonder whether I need to more proactively create the lost and found. If there's going to be a special item that I can only get in there. I wish I had the broken lever. So making those rooms does actually put items in rooms where I've already been. So, let's go in here. Take that. The gym, that'll keep me going. Alright, give me a damn conservatory, please. Thank you. Yeah, I might as well do that, and now I don't need any keys whatsoever. That gives me the burning glass, but at this point I don't know what I need the burning glass for. Okay, the mail room, I want that to be a little bit more common. The vault, I definitely want that to be more common. Maybe we'll put it as unusual because it costs 3 gems. And the lost and found... I I don't know about this room. I'm tempted to make that common. Because if I find that very early, when I'm not holding anything, I can go for it. I'm going to do that. That's probably a really bad idea though. I've got to admit, I'm shocked by the lack of fireplaces. That opens the west door, but I mean, there's no point. We're not going to find anything useful in these places. The filing cabinet key, I'd love to know what to do with that. It doesn't work in here, as best as I can tell. It may work elsewhere. I might just take a quick traipse through this house. We've got to unlock the chest in Treasure Trove. Take a screenshot of that. And then what I might do is just look around here for filing cabinets. I've got to admit though, I'm disappointed that we only drafted 2 rooms of fireplaces. That's kind of shocking. I thought there'd be more rooms. I know there are, it's just that I don't know what they are, and they didn't show up. Let me go out here. I can go to the workshop, I can make something, I can put that into the code check. But I'm not sure what to get. The burning glass doesn't seem useful now, unless we're specifically trying to access somewhere where we need to set something on fire. Let me just go in here very quickly. I just want to make sure that there's nothing that the metal detector picks up. So I power hammer that, or I power hammer that? That seems very clear. Do you want to sprint a bit faster, please? I didn't make the code check. Why am I thinking to... My brain is all over the place with this game. It thinks, yep, okay, I saw the code check, so I'll make the code check. But that's not a thing. Oh my word. I can unlock this, but apart from that, I think I'm done. Well, I should go and check out the casino and see what that's all about. Nothing in here. That looks like something we can pick up. What have we got? So this is not in a white box, which means it should be true. The true treasure of the trove is not in this house, or not in the house. Not in this room, not in this house. Okay. That has been screenshotted, and I need to find something else to do now. Let's go to the casino. Let's spend some money. Let's gamble. Let's be degenerates. And then what I'll probably do is come back to the planetarium to rest, and that'll give me 2 more stars for tomorrow. I'm being lazy. Ah, God. That's a delightful little troll game. Where am I going? I could go into room 46, but I do not see the point. You know about that. But we can't tell what color that's written on. Red? Blue? Who knows? That was so long ago. The combination to the frigging apple orchard. Alright, so let's gamble. Dang. Come on. This machine was repaired, so I mean... To me, this one should be giving me better results than the other machines. Carcass, you're playing a similar gambling game in Dragon Quest V recently while watching it. It was too realistic though. Soul-crushing defeat. Wait until you see me play Yakuza, and I discover the Mahjong parlor is open. Refresh snake. This is why I don't gamble, chat. You literally sat here for hours save scumming and barely making progress. Damn. Alright, well, this is not going well for me so far. The roulette wheel behind me seemed good. I should have gone for the other one. I think casinos frown upon save scumming. Yeah, I've heard that as well. I'll take that. Nice. Gotta go for it, don't I? I'm rich, motherfuckers. And there's nothing I can do with it. The bonus spins at least give it some strategy. Yeah, I'm thinking that these ones here have less bonus spins. Yeah, up to 3. So if we repair this with a handle, that gives us up to 5 bonus spins. The thing is, there's nothing on this run to do with it. I can't launder it, and I can't freeze it, so I can't spend it unless I want to go back to the kitchen and purchase some delicious fruits or something before I leave. Yeah, I think I'll just go to the planetarium and call it a day. But that looks like it might be a way of getting muddy, assuming that my luck stat is reasonable. Silver Picker, how you doing, dude? Hope you're doing well. So I didn't get much out of this. I increased my lockpicking by 2 and my allowance by 2. And in a moment, my stars by 2. And also a 3rd for going to the observatory, but whatever. I did change the rarity of Lost and Found, which may be a terrible mistake. And I've also made a Vaults a little bit more common as well, so if I can find the damn code check and the deposit box key, then I've got a chance. One new room. I could smash that with a sledgehammer. That is curse mode, and I think activating that is going to be a bad idea. 13 will give me monk so that I can put the antechamber outside. But I really want to find the other ones. Let me try 20. High roller, okay. We've seen that before. Wait, wasn't it 10? I could have sworn it was 10. But this time it lasts 4 days instead of 3, okay. Excuse me. Also, I forgot about the filing cabinet key. Let me go for that. Alright, let's do it again. Silver Picker, how far have I been inside? I'm up to the room, which I think I need to power hammer. Let's go with that. I've gone through the standard lock door, the basement door, and the keycard door. Same puzzle? No. Excuse me. Coughing a lot tonight. We're very early and I'm feeling confidence. Saturday, January 1st, 1994. Farewell, 1993. Hello, 1994. The future is looking up, and we're all looking forward to getting back to work. Happy New Year, Simon. Simon, I was having lunch the other day with Harsley Rota, who is your uncle's valet, and has been on the estate longer than anyone else. He told me that if you call it a day in some bedrooms, there are beneficial effects. I assume his own room might be among that number. Sounds like it might be worth checking out. Fucking hell, I literally just figured that out on the previous stream by somehow getting the diary key and then reading that diary and not learning anything mind-blowing. Let's go in there. I'm disappointed about the fireplace thing. I'm kind of shocked and disappointed. Let's go with that. I need a breaker. These are all good items. I prefer a shovel though. Was there a shovel in the courtyard? No, never mind, I didn't make that, so I'm just making shit up. Storeroom, please. Let's go for the parlor. This room is done. So I may as well try and get some gems. There are 2 true boxes. There are 2 empty boxes. That's true. This box is empty, so if that's true, then that's true, that's false. The gems are in there. If that's false, then there are 2 false boxes. That's false. That's true. That's false. Wait. That's always false. 2 true boxes. True, true, false. 2 true foxes. True, true foxes. What kind of wording is that? Holy shit, I'm tired. Been recording for about 5 hours today doing RE9. There are 2 true boxes, that's false. which means there's one true box, which means that's always false. This box is always false. I recorded for 5 hours early today. I'm tired. Let's go with that. Because something that I do want to do is drain the aquarium. Secret garden key, that'll get me into the antechamber. Yeah, I recorded some more RE9 today, Swim Carcass. Trying to do the insanity run, and it is indeed insane. Trying to do it without infinite ammo is, not recommended, but that's what I'm trying to do. There's a gem in that direction. We have the dovecotes. Let's rotate those. I'll put the observatory there. Anything nice today? Right, so 62. I can look at my notes, but basically if we have 50 plus 12, we're going to get more dead ends. At the moment I've got 0, so going for the sweepstakes trophy seems like a bad idea. I wouldn't mind a dead end here though. In the form of the attic or the mail room. Oh, that would be very useful at the casino. Let's go all the way back to the start, burn my steps. I do have the running shoes. I would love the pump room so that I can drain the aquarium. Right, a dead end here would be nice. We'll take the wine cellar, please. A dead end here would not be nice. So I completely forgot to re-roll the commissary unless I did and I've forgotten. Okay, so at this point we cannot proceed further along here. We can't get into the corner. Unless I re-roll. I want it, but at the same time I want this. Nice. Potentially huge if I find a freezer. Let me go for that. It's not what I want, but I'll take it. My shoes are not working today. There we go. Garage, please. Yeah, for order to make this work, what I have to do is I have to craft these rooms on the 2nd and 4th files, or ranks, or whatever. Files? Yeah, files. And then make the dead end rooms on the outside. And that's kind of hard. That's just straight up a dead end. And that is not. Let's go with that. Let's make a green room here. Let's see if we get the solarium. Pretty nice. Is the aquarium useful? Not really. Let's go with that. It's in that or the terrace, which is a dead end, which I probably should have gone for, but I know I'm not going to get 20 dead ends, so it's fine. I would love a shovel, just quietly. There's our vault. Yeah, I'm going to go for that. We just doubled our gems. Tercels of Vera. Trinsdale Mystery. Tercels of Vera, though. I guess that's another way you can determine what the transportation method is in Vera. So if I call it a day in here, something's going to happen in the tomb. A flower is going to get laid on the grave. And that may be something, it may not. Okay, that's all dreadful. I'm going to do this so as not to kill the run. That doesn't help me get into the foundation. I did just burn a star though, which I'm not happy about. So if I want the... I can just drain out, I've got the room. Or do I? Bear with me. It's connected to tank 1. How do I do this? I think what I need to do is put some fountain in here. Really? Get it right eventually. And then for the aquarium, we put that into tank 1. That could have been a huge mistake. And then we drain it into here. No, that's a pool. What am I doing? That. Right, that will do. Let me try one of these. It's given me that a lot, and that's unfortunate. It's a shame that I can't go up the foundation. At least I don't think I can. Well, I know I can't because I haven't turned off the power and I don't have a keycard. Yeah, I'm really scratchy tonight. I'm sorry, everyone. I've been busy tonight. Or busy today, rather. My lockpicking skills have increased. Come on. So, did I totally make security and then not start an experiment? I hope not. Boiler room. Bypass the security door. We haven't found any yet. Okay. I did not mean to do that. Am I dead? I think I'm dead, chat. All of your steps evolve through gems. I don't understand. Losing my voice. I may as well do that, but... all of your remaining star with your allowance. Permanently. I'm losing my voice. I need my steps back, damn it. I did not mean to do that. That kills all of my gems though, correct? No? It just swaps them. Okay, never mind. Ignore me, I'm a dumbass. If I find a freezer, then maybe it's worth coming here and converting them into gems and then freezing myself. Ugh. I'm legit dying tonight. Yeah, we're not getting through that door. Why is it giving me this all the time now? I don't know. Redraw. The aquarium. No, the bracket box will keep the run alive. And it's going to increase our allowance as well. The Rotunda, unfortunately, is a necessary evil. Yep, let's go for the Secret Garden. Just looking for any filing cabinets in here. Potentially huge. I just need a battery pack and a lever now. Alright, so what am I looking at here? That is any bedroom. Don't know which. That is the archive. 1,000,000%. There is an arrow pointing to that. This here is the laundry room. Fuck, okay, I missed that. I missed that. I'm going back to the laundry room. That is... I don't recognize that. Possibly an outside room, a green room. I'm looking, but I don't see anything there. I'm losing my voice and I've got the hiccups. That is the patio, I recognize that. Fuck, okay, I completely missed those. An X on the patio and an X in the laundry room. Also, we have power in here, even though the aquariums are currently empty. near the barbecue. Thank you, electromagnets. Give me a lever, please. So the ground is marked around here. That's a very obscure spot, but okay. Okay, game. I don't know what to make about that, but okay. What I do know is I'm going back to the laundry room. I'm assuming it's the same thing, something I can pick up. It was in front of three, like in front of this. Alright. Are these the keys that are going to open up the archives? Is there actually something in there? There should be. What I'm surprised by though is why we haven't been able to open anything up with the key from outside. That must go somewhere else. Lab, let's keep this run going. I really want another silver key. I really want my voice to come back because I'm losing it. We are not sheltered. Workshop? I thought I built one of those already. Give me archives. I don't have a conservatory. That's a dead end, but I'm not going for it. I mean, how many dead ends do I have? I have the closets, the bunk room, laundry room, storeroom, attic, coat check, wine cellar, that's it. 7. Nowhere near enough. It really wants me to build a kitchen. Yeah, let's go with that. Any nice items here? Not really. A salt shaker and some gems and some dice. That kills the run. Thinking I can probably go back through the foundation to, use my words, to get to the code check. should that need arise, but the reality is I'm probably not going to find anything useful here. Unless I find a lever and then a workshop. I do not have the bedroom, so there's no point doing that. I'm going to take the furnace to try and get the archive. If nothing else, I can get that at least. Come on. Unfortunately, that happens because game hates me. I've got no steps to go back to the utility closet. I'll have to go 19, 13 there. I'd have 8 steps remaining. I think I will go for that. It means that I can't put anything in the code check unless I find a dining room. This is what I don't like about the rotunda. Enormous. That's even better, I think. Is there a filing cabinet in here? There is not. Alright, let me just do this very quickly. That gives me some more steps to work with. Alright, what am I opening here? Nah, fuck off. There's got to be something in here. It's probably the freestanding filing cabinet behind me. Both of them, okay. Massive. Can I get back to any of them though? The lab's over there, we're fine, we got us. Huge. East Reddington Hospital. Certificate of birth. This document attests that Mary Matthew Epson was born to Lady Clara Epson and Simon H. Sinclair in this hospital at 4:05 AM Tuesday, the 22nd day of January in the 6th era, 1958. In witness whereof, East Reddington Hospital certifies that the information above is true, as verified by its duly authorised officer of the Fen Aries Registrar of Persons, Lily Risian Rose, Doctor, and Sarah Drivian, Registrar Officer. So when she was born, Orindia was already under the control of Fen Aries. It had already switched. And yet, she kind of dedicated the part of her life to overthrowing that regime. We're not learning anything new here. Okay, that's interesting and all, but what do I get out of that? Okay, I think I need to read all this. Oh, what is that? That's part of a sigil. That's a Raja. Shit. Damn it. We've already done that one. That's annoying. Right, just screenshotting these. I knew there was something else in here, damn it. The question is, what else does that key open? The one that we found outside. March 10th, 1886, Reddington Herald. Peace. Terms of surrender have been accepted. The red flags flying over the capital was a bittersweet sight of comfort for many of this realm's war-weary citizens. After 22 years, peace had come at last. We, the staff of Reddington Herald, join all of the citizens of Reddington in welcoming this new era of peace, and formally retract and disavow all prior printed support of House Desellets. Oh geez. So this happened in 1886, and this is when Arindia was overthrown. They had carriages in 1886, okay. Different world though. The royals flee in defeat. For shame, O you cowardly curtails! In our most trying hour, we clung, and in yours, you ran. In his first public address since the end of the war, the victorious leader of the Fen army, General Teskin, did not express much sympathy for his fallen enemy, nearly said ally. The royal family's departure was not unexpected, as rumours of their plans to flee to the neighbouring realm of Araja had been circulating even before war's end. However, the suddenness of their departure has left many of their supporters feeling abandoned. Yeah, Araja did not ally with Fen. It is a disgrace, a betrayal of the people they swore to protect. They have fled to foreign lands, seeking comfort and refuge, while their people suffer and struggle to rebuild. This is not the kind of leadership we need. We need leaders who will stand with us in times of adversity. Can't pronounce that word. Who will not abandon us when we are afraid and at our most vulnerable. So many years later, December 9, 1924, Desellets princess born in exile. In the 4 decades since the end of the war, little news has reached our news desk regarding the former royals, whose life in exile has remained a quiet source of speculation and mystery. Prince Rolf, the grandson of Desellets IV, broke that silence on Tuesday when he announced the birth of his daughter, the Princess Caitlin Giari, who, in keeping with Arajan tradition, was endowed with her mother's surnames. Giari, does that line up with, say, Epson or one of the other names on the family tree? Giari. Orave? I'm thinking Giari may line up with one of these two names, Ashlyn or Orave. Okay. Close supporters of the exiled family are of course concerned, as this public announcement displays a notable shift in conduct for the royals, and sets the stage for the family to exit private life and return once again to the public sphere. A change that would undoubtedly stir up long-buried allegiances and unrest in our realm. Yeah, that was, how many years later? 38 years later. January 11th, 1929, so 5 years later. Tensions rise on southern border. The Crown's recent decision to dismantle the realm's remaining railways, bleh, has caused increasing tensions with our southern neighbour, Araja, who has, many generations, relied on our realm's rail tracks for northern passage to Arch Aries. The ensuing round of trade negotiations with Araja, which were conducted with reckless care and little diplomacy, have, to the surprise of no one, ended in an impasse. Early reports have alluded that in addition to their other demands, the Crown has requested that the asylum granted to the former House of Desellets be revoked. That's maybe something there. Caitlin Giari. Endowed with her mother's surnames. Okay. That unfortunately doesn't help me because I've already brute forced that. Bummer. So, the other key. Where do I stick the other key? If not here, then where? I was able to target the main cabinet. I didn't need to look at the lock or anything dumb like that. I feel we're way too far away for all of these. Okay, so the key outside, I assume that's the key outside that we've not used. I still don't know where to stick that. I'm rich. That's new. The doors in this room are security locked. That's fine by me because that is allowance. New room. Closed exhibit. A painstakingly produced, accurate reproduction of one of the so-called closed exhibits at the Fen Ares Royal Museum. That is a trophy. It's likely for doing all the rooms. Dearest children, the pieces are in place, and all rigid cogs have been greased. However, if our ambitious plans are to succeed, I can't read, we must strike this Tuesday. Uh-oh. Do I need to pay attention to the day of the week? Routine changing of guard personnel on the 1st of each month means that the opportunity we have created for ourselves will likely never be so opportune. If we wait even one additional week, the window will be closed. On Tuesday, there will be 3 Royal Guards stationed at Leeson Hall, 2 of which will be wearing the black gloves in lieu of the traditional white. We will be wise to sacrifice almost everything to avoid the white gloved guard, striking only when he takes a recess. The 2 black gloved guards have been instructed to bind, blind, and gag themselves, kinky, to spare us the precious extra minutes it would take your group to execute that task on their behalf. However, that also means that once we reach the exhibit, we will truly be on our own. May the black shores guide us, may the black skies shield us, may our fathers be proud of us. In arms, your faithful soldier, Pharaoh. This is them planning the heist to steal whatever's behind us. Is that for drafting all the rooms? It is. We've seen every room. We've been awarded the Explorer's Trophy for completing the Mount Holy Directory, but we're still missing the Solarium. So I've made that room a couple of times. Okay, we got some allowance. Through the secret room, I believe. Like, this is still missing. But we've got the trophy. Okay. What color do we need? Right, this one seems easy enough, but I need to figure it out. Okay, that I don't understand. Yep, that'll work. It's not lost on me that that was all Laxa red. Just like Arindia and Fenaries. We can't get close to that. Another crown, not the crown of the blueprints. Okay. Maybe I can check that out later. Sauna, I'll go with that. That's good for tomorrow. Get another experiment here. Let's try and keep the run going. Veranda. Alright, that's it for the allowance. I didn't get the conservatory. The planetarium would be very nice though. I know it would be, but I'm being greedy. That's going to increase our... Did I get into the answer chamber? The weight room's directly below it. Yeah, let's go with that. I'm being greedy. I said earlier tonight I'd be trying to increase my allowance and... well, here I am. I'm worried about mentioning Tuesday. Do I need to look at the calendar in the drafting room or the drafting studio and figure out what day of the week it is? I made the vault down here. Does that tell me what day of the week it is? It does, and that's a concern. That is a massive concern. Are we taking this? And I can definitely get back to the code check. I want to plug in the upgrade disk. What we got? One of the most basic rooms. Gold is not a problem. I feel the keys are the issue. We can always get a floor plan without gems. We've got the lockpick here, so we've got the key card. I feel both of these are good choices, but I'm not sure what. I'll go for the key. Alright, is there anything else I can do? I can go back to the code check and put something in there perhaps. I'm just trying to think where else we can find a filing cabinet, and nothing's coming to mind. So how many dead ends did I get at the end of this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Only 11. And a 12th down there. That's really bad. What can I put in the code check? The electromagnet is the contraption that I've crafted. Maybe I'll continue with that for now. Until such time that I can replace it with something better. That'll give me access to the workshop. And I feel that's a good idea that we can... Fuck, I've gone the wrong way. That'll give me access to the workshop at least, so that I can then make stuff, but I need the other items to show up as well. How am I getting out of here? 20, 19... Not that way. Yeah, I've got enough steps. Let's put the electromagnet back in the code check. Won't fill the aquarium just yet, just in case I've missed something. So I believe I've got what I need now. Don't worry, the fishies will be fine. Don't know why I'm bothering to dig this up. I'm literally about to end the run. Yeah, if I had the... We didn't even see an image for that. That's hilarious. If I had the deposit key, I would definitely check that, but let's put that back in there. And unless I'm going to go downstairs and try brute forcing a schedule or two, there's no point to me hanging around here. Let's just go. Wait, did I make the planetarium? No, I didn't. Let's go. What's our allowance like? Don't know, but I'll let this play out. 16 dead-end rooms. How did that happen? I've got the answer room and maybe the bunk room counted as 2. I don't know. Oh my god, I'm losing my voice. One new room, which is the closed exhibit. Which means I've got one more trophy to go before I can purchase the blue tents, whatever the hell they are. Look at time, we're about an hour and a half in. I'll probably do 2 more runs. That is, unless I die during this one, perhaps. Let's go outside. Made a terrible mistake. Our allowance is 82. That's ridiculous. And I believe it can only go up from there, unless 99 is the max. Sylvan Picker, what's the current goal? My current goal is to try and get... I've got a lot of steps. Let's go with that. What could possibly go wrong? My current goal is to try and find the second sanctum key, which is the one in the vault. I still can't find your hidden correspondence. Maybe I need a power hammer to get through those walls. I would love to get the dartboard trophy as well, but I'm still a few off and I know it's... yeah. The other thing I really want to do is adjust rarity on Treasure Trove and the... Can't I use gems now? Really? Also, lost and found, I've got no items. Now's the time to go for it. I'm actually happy with all of these, although I'd like that to be a little less rare. Once I've opened a safe though, and once I have got the solarium, let's switch that back to rare. Dead end rooms again. Let's not go for that because that's going to make dead end rooms and I know it. Sledgehammer. I like that room already. So if I want to make the hovel work, I definitely had one successful run with the hovel, but I don't remember it. I've got to have steps available to be able to utilize it, which means, yeah, let's go for the lost and found. We will lose the, sledgehammer. Hopefully what I can do is make a looping path here. I've got the sledgehammer. Can't break those. I wish I could. I'll go for the pile. Let's get into the corner room. I'm not interested in the gems. If I can't use gems on this run, then it literally doesn't matter if I get this right or wrong. Gems in the blue box. Gems are in the only true box. Only one statement is true. Okay, let's say that's true. Only one statement is true. Okay. The gems are in the only true box. That's false. So they could be in either one of these. Gems in the blue box, that's false. They could be in either of those, so that's... don't know. Only one statement is false, is true, that's false, so that means there's two true statements. The gems are in the only true box, that's true. The gems in the blue box, that's true, but only true box. Okay, we've got a problem here. Let me try this one then. So the gems are in the only true box. True? Okay. Only one statement is true. False, that means there's two true statements. That immediately contradicts this, doesn't it? The only true box, true. That must be false, which means there's two true statements, which means that doesn't work. So this must be false. The gems are in the only true box, and that is false. There must be more than one true box. No, that's not what it's saying. The gems are in the only true box. Let's say that's false. If that's true, and that's false, then the gems are in here. I'm tired, leave me alone. I've got the conservatory already, let's go for the darts. I prefer math, chat. I was bad at English, but I was good at math. What is that, 36? $12, 21, 19. 20, subtract 1 is 19, reverse it 91, 71, reverse that, you get 17. That one was confusing. I didn't quite understand that. Those two appear to contradict themselves immediately out of the case. Let's go for that. I'm just trying to not get myself into a dead end here. And also I'm looking for things to sledgehammer. I go left. Burning all the steps. And I go straight. I can, but that's come at a terrible cost. Don't know what that is, but I'll go for it. Okay, let's go back to the gym. I'll go here first. So what constitutes a rare item? 2 dice is not a rare item, just saying. Oh, okay. That's rare. That's huge. Do I see anything else here? I think that's a younger Clara. Is that a clue? Thinking transportation methods? Okay, I need the code check or I need the vols. I don't care if I have to kill this run immediately. I need the code check or I need the vols. Doesn't matter which. I will take that just so we get to the exterior. I'll take the lab. I'll start experiments, but this is not the priority. I can log into security. There's my voice. I can log into security perhaps and turn off the power. But that's about it. Alright, this is going awfully. Just gotta watch my step counts. Going back to the den. Got no more dice left. I missed that. Dining room, I have to take that to keep me alive. That will work. This door locked? Nope. I don't have items, so there's no point going for the workshop yet. I wasn't aware we could get items on the right hand side of the room here. Okay. Good to know. I'll go for the rotunda, but I hate it. So if I go there, 29, 28, 27, 26, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, I've got about 20 steps to work with. Although that is a huge help. And what I'll do is I'll go to the outside on the right and see if we can make the secret garden. Because that'll give me some food to work with as well. Cobalt 249, how are you doing, dude? Hope you're doing well. I'm not, I'm losing my voice. I've lost the sledgehammer. What do we need for the jackhammer? Looking that up. Get a screenshot of it. I said jackhammer, I meant power hammer. So I need a sledgehammer, which we've lost. So we can't do that, unfortunately. The sledgehammer, the battery pack, and the broken lever lets me make the power hammer, which I really want. I'm not even going to bother opening the antechamber. Don't think there's any points. Security. I haven't seen any libraries for a while, which is good. I don't want to read tonight. I think I'll set this to low. I've got no faith that I'll be able to find a key card in time and or a breaker. All I want is a vault. Come on. Alright, never mind. Let's go back to the foundation and press on. That's helpful. I need 8 steps from the rotunda. I know that's not helpful. How many do I have? I've got the lab, closet, security. Meant to do the fucking mechanarium. Whatever, I'm tired. If it shows up again, I'll go for it. Because now we have 4 rooms. I was afraid of that. The breaker is nearby, but it's annoying to get to. That said, it might give me a better shot at going to the vault, so let's go for it. Means I have to wait for all this again. I need to be very careful with my steps. Getting to rank 8 may actually be a priority now. Okay, turn that on. "17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, and then we're safe for a bit. I hate this room so much. It costs 3 gems, and it's a pain in the ass. Why is it even here? And that's a shop. And that's also a shop. 9876543. Let me just make sure that's math. 9876543. A turnip would be nice. Alright, so I pretty much have to go with whatever is, okay, so I can't put the cursor on the right, but on the left, sorry. But if I go into the treasure trove, that's 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. We get to 0 on the dining room, that kills me. So I've got to go for the workshop. Which sucks, but what can you do? Can I make anything? Correction, can I make anything useful? I don't think so. I can make that. And I can also make, where is it? That. Yeah, let's make that. So at this point, I've really only got one final chance of getting the voles. And that is off to the side of the aquarium. Can I do anything useful here? The vault's going to cost me a shitload to get into, but that doesn't matter. All I need to do is get in there once. That's all I need. That's all I care about. It means I won't have enough to put the item that I've just made, the kick sound amplifier, into the code check, but that is the least of my concerns. What have we got? That unfortunately is not good because I need a showroom and I don't have that. Let's try going to the, let's try going here. Let's do some math first. 22, 19. I'll need to reassess when I get up there. When I'm here though, I need how many steps to get back? I need 12 steps to get back, so yeah, this is not looking good at all. That's not it. That'll keep me alive for a little bit longer. You're salting your bananas. What is wrong with you? I'll do it. I got some allowance for that, but that's bugger all, really. Oh, so now you give me all the food. Wow. Give me a voles. Give me a sanctum key. Please. Yes! So holy shit, that's a lot of money. Uncle, thank you again for all your help. I know I could never hope to repay you, but it pains me to know that I won't even have the chance to try. At any rate, I'm leaving these extra funds behind, as well as the extra passports. It would be too risky if it was searched at the border, and the money would raise too many suspicions. I think we all want a clean start anyway. I know I do. Mary. It sounds like we barely knew our mother. Alright, well, the run's not over, not by a long shot. I need to go downstairs and see if I can try brute forcing these sigils. Which means it's time for some homework. Let's go for the redraw and hope for a treasure trove. Oh my god, I'm so good at this game. Right. White box, I nearly said yellow box because I'm colorblind. The previous box in this room contained a true statement. Yeah. That's true. Because it was green, but it was not in a white box. But this is written on red paper, but based on what I saw in the clock tower, this is true. It's not in that type font. Oh my god, once again, I think I'm going to sneeze. Teasing to sneeze, I'm sorry. Do I have a planetarium? I do not. Where do I want to end? I'm tempted to look at my notes just to see what ending in there does. But we're a long way off that. I could make an absolute shit ton of gems. I can't do anything with them. I can't bring them to the following day. Okay, well, let's go to the code check first, and I'm going to dump the... I think I'll dump the pick sound amplifier. It's better than nothing. Sorry, just rubbing my nose. There's nothing we can do there. Allowance is up to 84. Nice. And I should be able to find some food as I'm going through the house. Not that I really need it at this point, which is hilarious. Going through the den. It's amazing how quickly the run can turn. You find one room and it changes everything. I either put this in or I put the broken lever in. Excuse me. I'll put that in. Had to do it. Kobold, I asked that earlier when we were in the kitchen. We ate 5 of them like that. Simon P. Jones is a fucking madman. We do not salt bananas. I absolutely cannot pass through Lost and Found. If I do that, I'm potentially just going to hard cut the stream don't know why I'm going this way instead of going through the foundation, especially as I don't have a keycard, but it's fine. I'm not going to end up there anyway. So we're going to open the final sigil door. Just going to make a wish. And then I need to try and brute force the remaining ones, and that's going to require a lot of effort on my part, so this is probably not going to be fun to watch. You've been warned. I believe that's nuance. Okay. I'm going to need to go through all of these rooms one by one. Give me about 2 minutes. I just need to load up my images in the background and then try and figure something out. I am leaning towards there being only one color and one society, and we've got a duplicate transportation method on a couple, so maybe that doesn't work. But the colors, I believe that's something we can say is exclusive to each sigil. Everything else, I'm not sure. Bear with me please, I'm just looking through my images. Alright, so Realm and Rune. And that page does not help me at all. Okay, let me just copy and paste some of my notes here. So these are the 3 remainder that we need to solve. No, that's not true. I'm already making mistakes. Where is it? We've done Vera. We have not done Karashia, we've not done Murajoy, and we've not done Nuance. Alright, so what I want to do is go into the existing sigils and get the information from there. This is Orinda Ares. Where are you, Paint? There you are. So Orinda Ares. It's 36 too large. It's a little bit too large and I need it to stand out. That will do. So for transportation, Orinda Ares is here. I'll copy and paste that. It's going to let me. It will if I do this. Okay, the weather is foggy. Boy. It is a metropolitan type civilization or society. And the border, I've already marked that, is black. This is the homework that I should have done before the stream. So this is Fen Ares. It is red. It is a martial society. Damn it. Let's make it a bit larger so you can see it. The weather is also foggy. Makes sense, it's the same damn place. We have a different kind of transportation method now. It used to be railways, but those were destroyed. And that's the information we have for that sigil. Fen, 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 and Fen. This would be Arch Aries. It has a yellow border. It has an industrial type society. We have lightning and lots of it. And they use railways. As did Araja, but I'll record that when I get there. The problem is, there's going to be ones which, I mean, obviously we see a duplicate here, like that's another railway, for example. So we may have duplicates, we may have ones we never use here. In fact, I think we will, won't we? That's a Raja there. Raja is very rainy, we saw that on the stamp. And they are very poetic, apparently. Unlike me. I know it's very hard to read, but I can read it and that's what matters. Okay. So there's 8 options here and we've used 4 of those. I truly believe that's going to be a thing as well. This could be a thing. But as far as the transportation methods are concerned, we've marked 4 here, but we've got 5 transportation methods left, so who the hell knows which one is not going to get used? I do not know. Maybe the camels. I haven't seen anything about camels. I've seen dirigibles, I've seen horseback, I think. Excuse me. I've definitely seen naval with Borajai, and I've definitely seen a turtle on a stamp, so it's possible we'll find something, but I'm scared. We might have to do a lot of brute forcing here. Right, so this is Karachia. We've not solved that one yet, although we know the color. That's Borajai. This is Avera, which I have definitely solved. Let's do that one. So Vera was pink. It was a spiritual society. Their weather was very hot. And they used turtles. That's where we saw it. So that is more or less as much information as I know. Let's go over to Karachia because we've got some stuff that we can potentially work with there. This here. So I have one piece of information, which I believe is a lock. And it's this. The grade 1 worksheet says that Karachia's flag is orange. So I've got that marked. An orange border. Let me take a look at my stamps folder because that is probably the biggest piece of information that I've got. This thing here. That tells me it's a very cold society. And judging by what we've seen on the other stamps, we've seen that it is not, the other stamps are not cold like that, so I believe we can rule out snow. This is going to be Karachi. I'll put that in a different color. Is that readable? Yes. So we have windy weather and a lack of unusual or harsh weather and normal temperatures. The other two that we need to identify are Nuance and Morajai, which I'll bring up now. Nuance uses a dirigible, that's pretty clear, and I see a lot of clouds in the background there, so maybe that's something. But Morajai, I've got a different one of Morajai, one sec. The White Sea of Yore. These patterns around here make me think wind. But I see clouds in the background there. So maybe with respect to the rays, what I can say is that maybe this one is Morajai and this one is Nuance. Maybe. This is going to be Morajai, 100%. Dirigibles, that's Nuance. And what do we have for Karachi? I'm not sure, but a horse galloping doesn't make a lot of sense with a frigid climate. We don't see anything about a transportation method on this stamp. So look at the backgrounds here. This is blue, that's green, and that's blue again, I guess. What other colors do we have? So we know that, actually no, we know that Karachi is orange. So that would leave white between Morajai and Nuance. That I don't believe we can decode, not easily anyway. But my gut feeling is that Nuance is green. So what do we have for Morajai? We have a color, white. Thinking of the puzzle boxes, they could be academic. Primitive realm, that makes me think of Karachi. Because we see a dirigible and a boat on Nuance and Morajai respectively. And those do not seem like things from a primitive civilization. So how much do I have for Karachi? I've got a... I don't know if... Let me try brute forcing Karachi first. We've definitely got the color. That much is an absolute lock. Let me just close some of those down. Actually, no, I don't want to close those. Just getting lost. The color on Karachi is definitely a lock. Everything else I'm taking educated guesses here, although snow I think is a lock. That is a lock. God damn it. It means I'll just need to brute force the method here. Alright, let me try that. I'm going to try putting orange into Karachi, tribal and snowy, and then we'll see if we can brute force the transportation method. Colors actually the last thing I should be doing here. So what I'm looking at here, that is the transportation method. That's the last thing I want to do. We're looking for snowy. That's snowy. I believe that's tribal. Yep, that's tribal. So what do we have for transportation? Arid or desert? I'll try horseback, which is what it's set to right now. But horseback and snow doesn't seem to mix, if you ask me. What is orange? I need to look at my notes again, sorry. That's green. We're looking for those little triangles. Really? Those things. Okay, it's not that. So that's definitely orange and snow, which is a lock. The type of civilization though, and the transportation method, may be something different. If they're tribal though, then railroads, I think I'm pronouncing that correctly, doesn't make a lot of sense. Let's see if we can brute force that. So that is aviation, dirigibles, whatnot. I doubt it's this. It's not compatible with tribal. Maybe it is camels. Does arid? Not that. Arid doesn't necessarily have to mean like a snowy environment, I guess. It could just mean bare or something. I don't know. That's turtleback. That is, I've forgotten. That is naval capabilities, that's Morajai. This might be it. Roads, streets and carriages. And I suspect we're about to loop. Yeah. So that is telling me that they were not a tribal civilization. Assuming that I've got the exterior correct and the snow correct, it means that this is not right. I can't imagine them being agricultural. The other one I've got the most clues on, I think, at the moment is Morajai. Windy. We've got the transportation method for sure. We don't know what sort of society they are, though. I'm thinking academic, though, based on those Morajai boxes that they send to everyone else. Actually, I should probably look in the directory, shouldn't I? Well, let me take a look through here. So we're looking for anything relating to Karachi and Morajai, and Nuance. I say that and I'm looking through the directory and you can't see me. Apologies. Basically, all I'm doing is looking through these descriptions, looking for any mentions of Morajai, Karachi, and Nuance. The study is an interesting one. Still got to figure out what's up with all the mirrors. Rundian pool, that doesn't help me. I still got to put the solarium in. Okay. Wood-lined Karachian style sauna. Wood-lined. Traditional. When you say traditional like that, I think, you know, rustic or something. Do I have a sauna somewhere on the estates? Because I can maybe check that out, but I don't think it'll give me any clues. I do not. Woodline makes me think it's very basic. Primitive though? I mean... I'm guessing none of these are primitive. Could be agricultural, perhaps? Schools, universities and libraries. Maybe I'm going to learn something with the classrooms there. Could also be spiritual, maybe. Kind of grasping at straws here. Yeah, I think this is where I'll end it for today, but I'll try and crack these and do what I can, but I won't do another run today. And this is going to take the rest of the stream, I think. Yeah, I was pointed out to that one yesterday. It's frigid as the snowy mountains of Karachi. And it's mentioned in the sauna as well. Garage is mentioned there. We've done that. That makes no sense. That's been changed, so I don't know if we'll get anything useful there. Has that changed? I wonder if that's changed because I've been fiddling with the pump room. Oh, hello. Morajai. Secluded garden flanked by a variety of Morajai fruit trees. Agricultural maybe? Maybe? Can't spell. Second era. Aegean angels, 8 of them, one of whom we can't see. I still want to name those angels. That's weird. Why are you doing that? Doggos. The sacred hour and the drafting studio said time is sacred. Reddington Elementary, an exact copy. I was hoping that would tell me something about one of the other academic societies, but I'm not going to get it. Denizen of Academia. I don't know if we're going to get anything else here, which is a bit disappointing. I wonder what else we can find in the lost and found. The only thing I see there is maybe Morajai fruit trees. In which case, what do I have for Morajai? I've got the transportation method. I believe it's going to be windy to, you know, accommodate the boats and whatnot. If it's agricultural, then I just need to brute force the color. And assuming that each nation has its own color, which is a pretty big assumption on my part, I know, then it's only one of two. Alright, let me try this. Which one's agricultural? The one that I've got selected right now? That's the transportation method. We're looking for curved. What is wrong with me? We're looking for curved rays here. Like that. That indicates wind. That one there is boat travel. So if we assume that it's either green or white, I'm inclined to think it's white. I'll try those dots. I've realized now this is exactly the same pattern as black. Okay. So that's white, I believe. And that's black. I'm not actually sure. doesn't make it clear. I'll try that. Not that one. Okay, let me try the other one. Okay, are we looking for green? These sort of slanted lines. That is Morajai, right? Yeah, so that means it can't be agricultural, or I've got the raid wrong. If it's not wind, then what the hell is it? No, that's heat. Shit. We're looking for that. Sorry, I didn't have it up. That's heat. That's wind. Okay, is it green? Is it this color? Is it that color? Fuck. I want to say it's agricultural based on what we saw in the notes, but that means the transportation method is correct. It means it's not wind. What else we got? If it's not wind, then maybe it's just straight black lines, like what I've just selected right now. There we go. Got us. Morajai was agricultural. Okay. God damn it. I can fix that one? Yep, good. So Morajai is that one, which means green must be nuanced. That's pretty much what I thought. We know those two as well, but we need to solve them. Let's go to nuance. I feel this here is solvable at this point. So this should be nuance. So what's left? We know, I mean, that's pretty much confirmed, I think, that the aviation method is nuance, or the transportation method is nuance. I mean, that's obvious. Wind in the background there. I mean, the rays. The only one we've not got here is nuance, but there's nothing to prevent that from being, you know, a repeat of something else. So in that case, I can't imagine they're tribal. That does not make any sense whatsoever. So it's going to be something else here. I'm not sure what. Maybe academic? I'll try that first. So what color are we looking for? We're looking for the lined border. The 3 lines is academic. And we're looking for wind. And we're looking for aviation, so 5 lines above the horizon like that. That's green. That's not it. Okay. I'm certain... Well, wind is not certain at all. I've just chosen wind because we've not used that elsewhere. The other one I don't believe I've used is that one. Let me just rule that out. Oh, hang on, I need to change the colour. One sec. Let me just rule out fair weather. No, that's correct. What am I thinking here? I'm very confused. Okay, so the society I believe is incorrect. Am I making a mistake? Potentially. Let's switch that back to wind. Switch this back to green. That's not it. We know that Caraccia is orange. If we assume that each nation has its own color, then nuance has to be green, and honestly, looking at that stamp, my immediate thought looking at that is that's green. Switch? Thank you. Oh my god, my Twitch window is heavily delayed. Looking at my phone, it's like, it's still showing me the game. Yeah, I don't want to leave this here. I want to do this tonight. What am I missing though? That is a Zeppelin or a dirigible, which means it must be this. There's no question about that. There's 2 things I would need to brute force, and they are these 2 things here. We know the ray is Caraccia. We know the color of Caraccia. We don't know their transportation method. But again, it's an icy realm. Like arid terrain can indicate, like imagine Antarctica. I would say that's very arid, even though, you know, it's not very hot. At least I don't think it is. I've never been there. Don't know how hot it is in Antarctica. But, to me, one of those should be correct. Sylvan Picker reckons that's green stamp. I am colorblind, so, yeah, that is the thing that I need to advise you all about. So, this one here. We know this one is orange. Don't know why I'm doing this one first, but I feel like it. Orange is the triangles. That is that. The rays are set up such that we have snow. colder realms in which snow is a common occurrence. That is correct, 1,000,000%. So it comes down to the society and the transportation method. This is brute forceable, but it's annoying. I don't suppose the map in room 46 tells me anything useful. Grab and load, please. Not really. And by that I mean not at all, apart from it's a very large realm. They are coastal on the west side though, so maybe it's boats and stuff, but I'm not sure. What is the history of this world? I have no clue. I literally have no clue. I can tell you though that the country that we live in was overthrown a couple of 100 years ago, and apparently our mother is a loyalist, and in addition to raising us and being a good mother, she was also a terrorist apparently. Yeah, I don't know. I don't want to leave this here though. I really want to do this tonight. This society is not tribal. Agricultural, Araja. We've got one of each here, so again, I'm thinking about the wood-lined sauna. I don't know, let me try academic and spiritual. Tribal doesn't work. I've not tried academic, so let me try that. I've got it written down against spiritual, but let me try academic first. Right, so from here I need to change the transportation method. It's a large place, so maybe railroads, maybe... heck, anything's valid, I think. Aviation is not likely. Oops. What the hell's going on here? I need to do this again. Fuck. Has that changed the modes as well? Because if so, this is really hard to brute force. It doesn't. I have no idea what I'm doing. So that is Turtleback. That is boats. That is your standard roads and carriages and things. That's it. Academic. I cannot imagine that fucking nuance is primitive though. That makes no sense to me. So that's nuance. Morajai. Wait. No, we just did Karacha. What am I thinking? Well, there's my mind. Nuance is done. So this is also Karacha. This is really telling me that these can be anything, I guess. So this page is basically done. I just need to figure out nuance now. Or Morajai, or I don't know which one I figured out. I'm tired. Morajai's got an exclamation point, so yeah, I've done Morajai. So I need to figure out nuance. Nuance we know has that. The only one which we have not encountered, the ray, is in nuance. I assume it's that one. I mean, it looks green to me, so I should be able to brute force that. It's just a society which we need to figure out. Sorry, I did not mean to flick that. It is just this one. So, it is green. That is absolutely a lock. They use aviation and whatnot, so the 5 rays there and the green border is a lock. The type of ray, the wavy ray to indicate wind, may not be correct, but I think it is, based on the fact that we do not have wind anywhere else. It may be tribal. I thought I tried all this though. Let me try again. It is not that configuration, so what's the weather like in nuance? I don't get a snowy vibe out of it. That's wind, isn't it? Fuck! Did I make the same mistake? I think I did. I set that to heat instead of wind. Or is it because I just cycled through a couple of those, it switched over? I don't know, I'm very tired. There we go, and let's never speak of that again. Also, where's my trophy? Maybe it'll show up outside or in the house tomorrow. Okay, that's done. So this is also Marshall. Yeah, I didn't think it would be tribal. Not with Zeppelins, for fuck's sake. That's nuance. Windy is nuance. And that is nuance, which we already knew. Okay. So having done that, I've got a bunch of puzzle boxes to solve, and then maybe what I'll do is read all these, and I don't know if I'll get it done tonight. I will definitely not get it done tonight because we can't get into room 46. What I need to do is read all these, screenshot them all, do some homework, and then next time, which will not be tomorrow night, that's our trophy. No, it's not, never mind. Oh, wow. That's a technological marvel. Next time, which will not be tomorrow night, I'll see if I can get into room 46 and solve the puzzle in there. Because it involves putting the pins 1 to 8 on the board, and I assume what we need to do is follow the journey of Herbert S. Sinclair as he went through the 8 realms. The nuance variation puzzle boxes became just as popular in the air hangars of nuance as they had in the ports of Morajai. Green tiles were introduced with an ability that allowed them to instantly jump across the board. We know about that, representing the ease with which air travel conveys its cargo. When green tiles are pressed, that tile swaps with the opposite tile on the far side of the box. How do we make more greens? Like that. Can I get that one out of the center? I'm not sure. I feel dumb. Slow down, think about this. Right, how do I get that one out of the middle now? I'm not sure I can. That's going to move that up, correct? Yeah. Okay, so hang on, if I put that back up there. So what am I trying to do? That will move that one up there, I see that. But I think what I have to do is put that back up here. Then move that into the center. That gets the one out of the center. That's got to be positive at least. But then how do I get this one out of here? It's like I have to do it twice. Okay, hang on. If I do that. Put that back up there. How do I even move that one? I'm so confused. I'm so tired. What if I do that? That looks promising. That looks very promising. Alright, so I'll take that. I'll screenshot these in a moment, but what did you do at Nuance, good sir? By far my favorite realm I have visited during this trip, but I have always had a penchant for technology and am less moved by the beauty of nature than others. The soot-filled streets and soaring skyscrapers here are just as stirring to me as the mountains of Karachia or the beaches of Morajai. Perhaps I am just letting my childhood love of Dericha blocks compromise my objectivity. From the shops I visited, it seems the series is just as popular here as it is back at home. Speaking of home, as I look across the eastern sea, I can almost see its shores. I never thought that I would miss the sight of red flags. Herbert. There you are. I'll take you in a moment. This is Vera. I've already solved this one. We're talking about turtles. I saw a turtle. Alright, so what's this variation? Collector's copy Morajai box, fun for the family. Morajai boxes were a popular fad in the early 30s among both the peerage and common crowds. These small mechanical puzzle boxes, I think I've read this. I've absolutely read that. I ain't reading that again. I'm tired. What do we need? I do not know. We need white ones. Okay, these move south, I believe, or north. Yep, good. Hell. Let me figure out the logic of that. Hitting a white block makes the neighbors white like that. That's really close. That's it. Easy one. This will get my allowance up to 90 for Christ's sakes. Not even sure what kind of fruit that is. Agriculture. Sailing. After a short sea voyage, we arrived on the main island of Morajai last night in good spirits. The people here are belligerent in their politeness, and after spending a full day among the Gyrorail, I can't pronounce that, I am just as afraid of eating another dish as I am of rejecting their offers. I may try to sneak away tomorrow and spend some time alone with my books, as I have noticed that each realm I have visited has one thing in common. They each have been short on solitude. Herbert. The frigid realm of Karachia. The University Variation. Far from the port towns of the lesser islands, the academies, I just said academies, holy shit, what is wrong with me? The academies of Karachia were among the last strongholds where the puzzle box fad spread. Unlike other realms, whose regional rule variations emerged organically over time, the students of Karachia designed orange tiles by committee, voting on student-submitted designs and picking the one they felt best represented the realm. When these tiles are pressed, if the majority of adjacent tiles share a color, then the pressed tile will change to that color. Yeah, we've seen that a lot. Except that don't work for green ones. What's to go here? That should turn us orange. Wait, what? Oh, what the fuck just happened there? Hang on. Okay, so the purple ones move south. And that's in the center now, so I think I'm screwed. Yeah, if that lands in the center, then I'm screwed. Not trying to do that, but okay. Not sure how that variation works. Talking about how they can change color, because that wasn't happening. The Frigid Realm. There have been fewer and fewer opportunities the further we travel up into the mountains to attend to my correspondence, and I find myself regretting having brought so many books, whatever, as this is the first realm I have visited without pauses. Here, every person is expected to carry their own belongings, and if you can't, you throw away that which is expendable. It's looking like I'll be bringing back less souvenirs than I'd planned. I never expected to appreciate the cold, but the frigid weather here is a welcome relief coming from the sweltering shores of Vera. Herbert. P.S. I ended up forsaking all but one of my books. Right, so you came here after Vera. That much is very clear. So, you love academia nuts, swinging carcass. No comments. That's 8 trophies. You've been awarded the trophy sigils for unlocking all 8 realm sigils. That was more arson class, I think. Right, so what I want to do is take a screenshot of all of these. I'll switch back to paint.net. I'll rename the photos very briefly, and then I'll see if I can find out anything at all, but this is where I'll need to leave it for at least 2 days. And Oris scribbled out. No, it's not scribbled out, it's replaced with M. It looks like it's scribbled out, but that is an M. Alright, that's one. Thank you for following, dude. Appreciate it. Why didn't that go off? It did not go off because I've got the wrong... Damn, I still got the paint window up. I'll switch it now. I'll just hit replay on that, but I minimized the paint window. I didn't actually switch over to the other scene. Thank you, dude. I am indeed. You're not a bad man or woman or anyone. You're a great person for following me. Thank you, dude. Appreciate it. Let's just grab these screenshots. And then I'll do some work in paint.net offline. Well, I'll do some work in paint.net before I leave you tonight. That looks very similar. That is depressingly similar. That's different though. That looks very basic, and decoding that is going to be very painful, I think. I can't even read that. Error Tavo V17331. If they've got different systems of recording time, then I've got a serious problem. We could figure out some things though. I think Morajai was mentioned. We definitely know that he went to Croatia after Vera, so I think all I need to do is read this and determine what order he visited these places, and then go to room 46 and solve the puzzle. See, that looks relatively normal, but the one we were just looking at and the one in Araja before that, Could be a serious problem. Wrong order. That one, then this one. Yeah, like that is not the same date format. I don't think that's going to be a clue, or help rather, but I'll take them anyway. I'll sort out my screenshots, I'll open them up, I'll talk about them briefly, and then I'll end the stream. Because I'm tired. That one doesn't even have a date on it. Excuse me. Alright. Let me try and get away from this music for a bit. It's really nice music. It's chill. It kept me, not entertained, but it kept me happy in the background while I was figuring that out. We have no way into the antechamber. We do not have a planetarium. What happens if I sleep in the bedroom? Taking a look at the diary that I screenshotted last night. So we've got her ladyship's quarters, the guest bedroom, bunk room, servants' quarters, master bedroom, and her ladyship's chamber. I don't know what happens if we sleep in that one, but I'm kind of tempted to see if something happens. I don't think anything will happen, but I kind of want to find out. Need to be careful not to pass through the lost and found, even though the run is basically over. Let's end this run, and then what I'll do is I will take a look at the screenshots that I've just taken, and then we'll call it there. I'm so tired. Slurring my speech. I was talking for 5 hours earlier today recording RE9. If you're wondering why you didn't get a Hitman stream, that's why. And if you want a Hitman stream tomorrow, I need to end the stream soon and go to bed. So I just want to try something very quickly because it's bugging me. We do not have a key card. Can I use the elevator here? I'm pretty sure the answer is no, but let me check. So if that's solved, is there any reason to go back down there other than to... It does work, okay. But that doesn't help me though, because I can't go anywhere because the rotunda is in the wrong position. Fuck that fucking room, honestly, it's a load of shit. There's one more thing I'd like to try before I go back to the bedroom and rest. And that is, there's a bunch of filing cabinets down here. Does this key potentially go in any of those? We've done the sanctum. What's next? I would love to get the trophy for 40 billiard games, or dart games, whatever. We can now purchase the blue tents because we've got 8 trophies. Then after that, maybe I need to start looking at dare mode and curse mode and whatever else. I've seen how the key works now. I know I checked these, but I'm checking again. is this it? Which angel are you? Sledgehammer on that, maybe? Right, well, wherever this damn filing cabinet is, I'm reasonably confident that it is not in the basement. It's going to be somewhere on the estates, but I've got no idea where. Rest tracing. I'm trying to think of any other room with filing cabinets, and the only one that's coming to mind is the, obviously the archive. We do have something in the underground, but it's not there. I've looked. It wouldn't be in the hovel outside. I highly doubt it. I would have seen a filing cabinet in there and thought, oh, that's where he's keeping the incriminating documents. Alright, so let me go to the bedroom, have a snooze, and see if anything changes as a result of going into that bedroom, but I don't believe it will. It was not mentioned in her ladyship's diary at all. Don't want to go straight, so let's go around. Any tomorrow rooms? That's one. That's one. And that's it. Calling it. I'll just take a look in the main hall and see if anything changed, but otherwise I'll go outside, look at the horizon, and then bring up my screenshots. My inheritance is nicey. Oh boy. Extra vases, please. Alright, so 40 dartboard puzzles is coming. I could potentially try and get the drafting strategy sweepstakes trophy if I just manipulate the amount of stars that I've got. Basically, 62 stars is going to spawn the, whatever it is, the dead end constellation. So there's maybe a chance that I can do that. But my top priority is to get back into the antechamber and try and solve that puzzle. Darebird, no idea how we activate that. I think we have to get into the master bedroom for that. Cursed, that involves a shrine, I know that much. Day 1 in 1 day and reach room 46, I'm going to have to do those on a separate save file and then import them. And then the diploma trophy, well, I need to make 9 classrooms for that. And so far I've seen 6. It's terribly depressing. And just to answer my earlier question, I have 70 steps, I have 4 gems. I don't believe anything changed as a result of me sleeping in the bedroom. Disappeared behind the tree, chat. Alright, gonna put the controller down and it's gonna disconnect after about 10 minutes. Let me try and make some sense of the screenshots that I just took. Will only be about 5 to 10 minutes here, I think. I don't want to spend too much more time on this because I've gone over already. Just gonna name these letters. 1 Arinda, 2 Fen. What was the third one? I've already forgotten. It wasn't Archeries. It was Archeries, never mind. 4. Losing my voice. 4 was a Raja. It's like I opened my mouth to try and say something and something completely different comes out instead. 5 was Karachia. Can't see what I'm doing right now and that's fine. 6 was Morajai. 8 was Nuance. What was 7? I've already forgotten. 7 was Vera. And 8 was Morajai. 8 was Nuance. Fuck me. I'm tired. Okay, let me just close a couple of these screenies. I'll switch over to this. And this basically is what I've got if I can find it. So, Herbert S. Sinclair took a path that visited all these realms. And I believe what I'm going to have to do, I'll do some cropping while you're not looking, is I need to read the text here and figure out where he went. As a starting point, for example, speaking of home, as I look across the eastern sea, I can almost see its shores. Never thought that you would miss the sight of red flags. That doesn't necessarily say you're going back home imminently, but even if the weather here is much more severe than it was on Morajai, so what is that? I am still under the spell of island life, even if the weather here is much more severe than it was on Morajai, so you went to Morajai and then you went to Vera. A real color would be nice. Black is not a color, but you know what I mean. So Morajai, then sometime after that you went to Vera. After a short sea voyage, so you went by sea to Morajai, but it was a short voyage, so it was possibly from Karachia or Vera perhaps, but you went to Morajai before Vera. It's looking like I'll be bringing back less souvenirs than I planned. You never expected to appreciate the cold, but the frigid weather here is a welcome relief from the sweltering shores of Vera. So we don't know the exact order, but sometime after you went to Vera, that's the wrong set of notes, you went to Morajai. Wait, no, you went to Karachia, like that. This is basically what I need to build up, and then what I need to do is I'm going to need to put it onto this map. If I can find it. Room 46. That. 8 realms in 8 months. I know where all of these are thanks to grade 5 geography or grade 4 geography. I don't remember which one it was. But we need to trace his path, I'm certain of it. What else do we have? And where's the stars? I've departed, forsaking both map and clan. So it seems fitting to begin the journey by visiting a fragment of the old kingdom. A landmark as black in realm as it is in name, and a story I feel closely connected to. So I'm going to take that to mean that you started at Orinda. I'm actually writing this last postcard sitting at my desk at home. The last postcard, so as it will just wind up here again. So he's back home at this point. But that's postmark 1412112. That doesn't help me at all. That's exactly the same. To me, it seems like Fen was the last visit. So Orinda and Fen being the same place. Geographically, that is. So you sailed to Archeries because the railway tracks don't extend all the way north. So did you come here from Morajai or did you come here from Orinda? Trek along the northern coast. If you think about the northern coast of Archeries, you think about it being up here. Then a short sea voyage. That makes me think he came from Nuance, perhaps? Or maybe he came from Morajai, though that's a long sea voyage, isn't it? Raja, no rain. There's nothing on here to tell me where he came from or what he was doing, unless it's there, which I can't decode. You ended up forsaking all but one of your books. Remind me to replace the books I lost. Yeah, so somewhere in here we need to put the 3 additional realms of Nuance, Raja, and Archeries. I think that order is correct, but we need to slot the other ones in somehow, and I'm not sure how. That's where maybe I need to try and decode the postmarks perhaps, or something, I don't know. Archeries, Raja, and Nuance. You deeply loved your time at Vera. I may not have enough information to do that yet, but what I'll do is, in between this stream and the next, which will be a couple of days away, I will take a look at that and see if I can figure something out. That one I think is going to be tricky. So yeah, I feel like I've accomplished a lot tonight. We got 2 more trophies. I've forgotten what the other one was. The one for drafting all of the rooms inside the house, and for doing the sigils, which is a major puzzle solved. But it's not done yet, so I need to get back into room 46 and then trace the path. And that I don't know how to do just yet. Alright, I'm going to call it there. Big thank you to everyone watching on Twitch and watching on YouTube. I do see a few people commenting on YouTube. Thank you for doing so, guys. I sincerely appreciate it. I hope you're enjoying this. I'm not very good at games in general, but I hope you're enjoying this. Enjoying watching me struggle through this and try and talk my way through this, even though I'm not a great speaker and I'm terrible at video games and whatnot, but hopefully you're getting something out of this. If you're still watching after I don't know how many days, then you must be, so thank you for watching. I sincerely appreciate it. Alright, we'll call it there. Thank you everyone, look after yourselves. I'll be back in a few days with some more blueprints. I'll see you then.